I mentioned earlier that I ride a Vilano Shadow road bike, entry-level bike, costs less than 500 bucks. Actually, it cost me less than 500 bucks with putting on new wheels and tires. So yeah, it's a cheap bike. For those of you who are fortunate enough to ride a more expensive bike, or what's the term? A more serious bike. You probably figured out that this was not a high-end bike based on the componentry and my shift knobs here. Instead of having two paddles for up and down shifting. Plus, this bike is only a 7-speed. It came with a 50 and a 40 tooth chain ring set, which I switched out to a Shimano to make it compact gearing. 50 and 34, I believe it is. That made a difference too. Every so often I'll get someone asking me advice on the road bike, this specific bike, and what they should buy, what size they should buy. You know, that is such a subjective decision that I honestly am always very reluctant to try to provide anybody with answers. I mean, I went through the process when I was looking around trying to figure out, well, what the hell do you buy? What do you look for? What's worth spending the money on, you know? And all those things are pretty much up to, I mean, there's so many variables. You know? What is your age? What is your body type? What sort of fitness are you in? What's your budget? Where are you going to be riding? Where do you think you're going to be riding? How often are you going to ride? So, I'm always reluctant when someone approaches me and says, well, what do you think? What should I buy? I would say, buy what you like. Figure out what it is and buy what you like. Might be kind of a phony answer, but you really can't, at least for me, I don't want to tell someone what to do, what to buy. Don't get me wrong, ask someone for advice, absolutely. I think my only advice would be, what should I buy? I would say, go to your local bike shop and talk to a knowledgeable technician / salesman, and he will put you on the right bike. And once you've got that bike, if you're happy with it, then you know you made the right choice. I have a friend of mine who owns a second-hand Cervelo. She loves it. Beautiful bike, expensive bike, fast bike, from what I understand. Her and I occasionally do talk about different matters regarding cycling, and very often it kind of comes back to my getting together with other groups of people and riding. I've been riding by myself ever since I've owned this bike, except for one or two short trips with some people I've met up with. But the last time I discussed riding in groups with my friend, she said to me, yeah, you should do it. And my reply to her is, I said, well, you know what? Then I'm going to have to get a real bike. And she looked at me and she scorned at me and she said, you have a real bike. You ride 3,000 miles in a year. You ride 2,000 miles this year alone. You are a real cyclist. I can't tell you how much I appreciated that. comes to you guys out there who are thinking about buying a bike, actually decide to pull the trigger on buying one. Just be happy with what you buy. That's all. And make no mistake, if you really get into the sport and you start really enjoying it and get up a level or two above entry-level road biker, you're going to get bike envy, and you're going to look at a more expensive bike, and you're going to second guess the bike that you own. Don't do it. Don't do it. If you want to upgrade to a high-end carbon fiber bike, absolutely, go ahead. But don't ever think the bike you're riding was a mistake. You may outgrow it, but it's never a mistake.